Have you had any encounters with ground cuckoos? That's kind of a mythical dream bird for birders in the neotropics. Have you had any encounters yourself with those species?
Wouldn't it be awkward for the show if I just said no and then paused? Actually, yes.
It would probably be more real. It would be more realistic to the birder's experience, I think.
I'll say no. Back to you, Diego.
Yeah, no. Like most birders, I've never seen a ground cuckoo. That would be fun.
I was mine.
Well, I spent 2 different stints down at in Manu National Park at a research station, and we were studying army ants and some of the obligate ant-following birds, which was 3 species of antbird and 1 wood creeper. And it was the best field work I've ever done, because basically what you did, you keep track of the ant swarms, and then you always knew that where they were. In the morning, you'd go out and you just bring a little stool, and you'd sit there and you'd watch them for 4 hours. And we color banded all the birds, so we're looking at the hierarchy between the different species of birds that would come to the army ant swarm. And just to make sure everyone's on the same page, these birds are not feeding on the ants, they're feeding on the things that are being flushed by the ants. So the swarm goes out, there's crickets, there's frogs, there's scorpions, everything's running, and these birds are feeding on it. And there were other birds that would show up sometimes, and also even mammals as well. But one of the rare birds was the Rufous-vented Ground-Cuckoo, which showed up probably, 2% of the time, something like that. Like most of us didn't see it, but a few of the lucky ones did. And there's a funny story. My girlfriend Kristen was down with me on that trip, and she didn't know what the bird was, but she was at a swarm by herself, and she takes great notes, and she's recording everything. And she sees this bird come up, and like Diego said, it doesn't show itself. It gives you little glimpses, and that's all you get. So she keep seeing this thing kind of run in and run back out, and she drew a picture of it. She brought it back to camp, and over lunch we're all sitting around, and there was a guy named Frank Lambert who was also at the station doing some different work, and he was a very hardcore birder, and that was one of the species he had wanted to see. And she just casually, not knowing what it was, said, "Hey Frank, what's this bird?" And and she's an artist, so it's like the exact picture of this bird, and he just got so pissed. He was so upset. That was great.
That's funny. I noticed, actually, speaking of that, I noticed George, when you mentioned the ground cuckoo, I noticed George shake his head ruefully in the background. Is this a species you've had an encounter with, or you like me? You're like me.
I'm more in your camp. I mean, I have heard them bill clacking on the other side of a big fallen tree at a giant ant swarm. Like twice I've had that happen. I've even had someone like 20 meters away be like, "Rufous-vented Ground-Cuckoo," and but I've been like, I'm not going to see this bird. They're over there. There's a big tree. And yeah, I mean, I've been close. I've just never seen it. It's that whole genus Neomorphus is mythical, and
ghosts. They are ghosts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's still a phantom for me.
I mean, the sound of the bill clacking is remarkable. I don't know. I mean, maybe we can play the sound now in the background. I'll leave a pause now for the sound to play in the background.